oversight capabilities by promoting a more diverse and accountable board, increasing transparency on rate hikes, therefore increasing public trust by giving consumers access to the information that they deserve. It is no secret that Californians pay some of the highest utilities costs in the nation, and we cannot address affordability or cost of utilities without addressing the Public Utilities Commission, which is the unelected body that oversees these rate decisions. Year after year, we are hit with rate increases. Our constituents are frustrated and struggling, and they are looking for explanations. The hikes currently outpace inflation, often with little explanation or justification. Both residential and commercial rates are impacted, and these cost increases affect families, businesses in every sector of public and private communities. Schools, manufacturers, healthcare facilities, and more all feel the strain. No one is exempt. A school district in my community has increased their utility bills by $5 million in 1 year. Ultimately, this means we are paying more for goods, services, and families and businesses are being forced to make very difficult decisions. Meanwhile, the Public Utilities Commission has been asked to approve rate hikes to adequately pay investors. That is what they have been asked to do. In what world does it make sense to raise the cost of a necessity to increase someone's bottom line? Let's be clear. The Public Utilities Commission is tasked with regulating private business that provide public utilities that we all depend on. CPUC has the authority and responsibility to oversee rate setting for the utilities that Californians rely on. The work of the commissioners carry the weight of law, yet they have no accountability to the public. As legislators, we have the responsibility to represent and answer to our constituents, and if we want to be more responsive to our community, we have to make substantive changes to the Public Utilities Commission. Continuous rate hikes without adequate oversight has damaged public trust to us as elected officials and in the agencies that are making decisions. That is why AB 13 is needed to reform the CPUC and increase legislative oversight, ensuring that all Californians have access to affordable and equitable service. This bill also mandates that we submit a report from the PUC to the legislature within 15 days after an increase rate setting decision. This is significant because it gives time for a repeal or appeal of their decisions, as opposed to us waiting until a year after the decision has already been implemented. Members, this is a timely bill that will give us transparency and the response that the public is relying on. I respectfully ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Assemblymember Gallagher, you're entertained.
Yes, thank you, Madam Speaker and members. This is a good bipartisan day. I rise in support of this legislation, and as my colleague from Stockton just really laid out, we've been dealing with this, very extensively we share this same problem in our districts. Rate increase after rate increase, not a whole lot of transparency out of the PUC, and we need more accountability. And so I rise to support this measure. I think this will help provide more of that oversight ability, allow for geographic representation, in the PUC. But we also need to start directing the PUC. I think we as and I know my colleague shares this desire, that we should be the ones as the people's elected representatives directing the PUC on what needs to be done. And what needs to be done is rates need to be reduced, period. And there's a lot of ways we can do it. We know from reports that we've already received that there's public programs that aren't cost effective, haven't been. And we should be having a discussion about how we remove that so that we don't have these high rates. We could take our climate credit, that $40 that we get, maybe $60 that you get in January, February, when your bill's hundreds of dollars. It doesn't really help you a whole lot. Let's just put that climate credit into rates, and it would reduce our rates. So these are all things I think we could do, and I think with the new structure that we can enact here and provide greater representation, and all of us working together to really start pushing the PUC to do the right thing and reduce our rates, that's where we need to go, and I'll be happy to continue to work on that with the office. Thank you.
Seeing and hearing no further debate, Assemblymember Ransom, would you like to close?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to thank the minority leader for your support of this bill. This is really important. The public is looking for us to do something to slow down the costs, and we're just asking for more transparency, more accountability, and for the ability to ensure that the Californians are getting the service and the transparency that they deserve. Again, I respectfully ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All those votes who desire to vote. All those votes who desire to vote. All those votes who